There are 5 seconds left on the shot clock. All right. So as a guard, we have to be mindful of that. 5 seconds left. They're going to try and get something quickly. Play good defense, stay down, contest the shot, box out, try to rebound. That's all we have to do. We're in good guarding position here. We give them a little bailout foul, a little ticky-tack foul. Now this definitely can't happen. That can't happen. Dallas already has secured this rebound, and JC Sheldon has already turned on the Jets. Now JC Sheldon is pretty fast. So what we don't want to do is get caught in the front court with JC Sheldon already turning on the Jets. First off, we have a 4v2 fast break. We have a 4v2 fast break. You have to be sprinting to the hoop right here. If you sprint to the hoop, Azare Stevens is capable passer is able to feed you for an easy layup. No one's getting in front of you. Instead, this is a jog. We pick up the ball. We get a pick and roll here, and we still get an open layup, but as Zia likes to do, likes to go off her right foot for the same foot, same hand layups, and puts too much power and too much English on it and smokes an easy layup. Come off the dribble handoff, we already lose our defender, okay? Now we have two bigs in front of us, Kalani Brown, Natasha Howard. This is not a bad drive. You have open space, you have real estate to attack. You can get past Natasha. Kalani's probably going to be on your outside trying to contest the shot. Here we have to slow down, not physically, we have to slow down mentally. We have a defender behind us, we have a teammate behind us. We run a 5-out cutting offense on the Sparks. So I know I have someone left corner. I know I have someone right wing. I know I have someone right corner. Just in case I need to dump the ball off or get rid or my shot is not the optimal shot, I know where my teammates are. But again, we try to attack off this same foot, same hand gather, basically from the dotted line to make a shot on the opposite side of the backboard. We have to change the gather here. We cannot spam the same gather move or else that's what's going to happen. If this was just a hard dribble, veer into Kalani Brown, keep her on her hip, this is an open layup for you. But if Kalani's still challenging and we already did pick up the ball, even if we picked up the ball early, if we slowed down and weren't so focused on doing the same foot, same hand gather, we have Ray Burrell for the dump off pass. Now we got the ball back off of the Derrick Hamby rebound. Right here, I need you to do what smart 2K players do and hold L2. Secure the basketball. It's a missed shot attempt. Be the floor general. That's what the coaching staff wants you to be. They want you to lead. Even though you're at that 2 spot, lead this team. The ball came off. You got the rebound. 14 seconds left. Take the ball back out. Reset, get your team organized, look for the optimal shot. Instead, we kind of get flustered and we go up with another layup attempt against Kalani Brown and we miss. And we already know the sub is coming in. I think here you can see the dilemma that Curt Miller has with playing Kia Nurse and playing Zia Cooke. Because on one hand, he wants to play Kia Nurse due to her composure, but on the other hand, he has to play Zia Cooke because Kia Nurse does stuff like that. So it's kind of funny and it's not funny at the same time. All right, let's look at this. Late game clock. Zia has the ball up top. The offense is kind of flustered, so Zia is just going to have to create something out of nothing. Now she beats Uzun. I'm probably messing her name up. Beats her off the dribble. Now, as I always tell people, I always tell guards, I always tell players, once you get past your primary defender, Your main concern should be to start calculating what the help defenders are going to do. So Zia's already by using what she needs to be doing right now is starting to Doctor Strange out scenarios in her head. What am I going to do if JC Sheldon steps into the paint to help? What if she stays home? What am I going to do if she stays home? What am I going to do if Natasha Howard tries to challenge me in the paint? What am I going to do if Natasha Howard stays home? Right? So she should already be playing all those scenarios in her head. JC Sheldon steps up into the paint to challenge Zia Cooke. This ball should be flying towards Stephanie Talbot in the corner to make JC Sheldon pay for helping one pass away. And this is what, Kurt Miller and the coaching staff doesn't want to see. And this is the dilemma that they have with Zia here now. So Zia receives the ball, gets locked up by JC Sheldon, gets a little stifled. Still 15 seconds on the shot clock. No need to panic yet. Instead of passing the ball out and resetting, Zia just takes the shot. So again, it's the simple things, right? I don't think we're really going to look at anything advanced. It's all these simple things. Little defense, shot goes up. Zia gets the rebound, loses the ball. Turnover. Just the simple things. All we need in that possession, yes, it's okay to push the ball up the floor, look for our options, start to, run the floor. Yes, but we've secured the ball. Take care of the ball like this is 2K Park and you're down 20-21. Take care of that possession. Just secure the ball. If you have it, hold L2. Secure the ball. You will know the times when to push the pace. You will know the times when to hit the go-ahead pass. Just secure the ball. Just the little things. This one is pretty simple as well. Phoenix likes to run this little Seattle Storm type slip screen action. The Sparks flip it, but Zia falls asleep here on the face cut. So she's not supposed to allow a face cut. So once this gets switched with Ray picking up the ball, Zia has to be low and fighting and veering DT to go to the weak side of the floor and not face cut in front of her. So now she falls asleep, lapses for just a second, and DT tries to go right across her face for the easy cut to the hoop. Referee is right there, is able to call the hold. So this isn't the best fast break run by Aari McDonald because nobody stopped her and she tried to basically send a pass through the passing lane. But if we're looking at Zia Cooke, if Aari McDonald runs this fast break properly, it would still mess up because you were cutting to the wing and standing there. Finish your cut to the hoop or make yourself available in the corner. That way, if Tasha Cloud steps up to cut off Aari McDonald, it's easier for Aari McDonald to see you in the corner for the three. So this has to be a cut to the hoop or at the very least, a cut to the corner. All right, now let me just say this. This should never happen in the game of basketball. And by the way, this is what cost the Pacers at least one win in this year's conference finals. Okay. Inbounding the ball. You are not in. There are two things I hate in basketball: players getting spun off of in the post and players not being able to inbound the basketball in single coverage. Zia, this can never happen. Again, it's the simple stuff, right? Get into Sophie, seal, tell Ray, throw the ball to your hand. This should never, ever be a turnover. It's single coverage. This is not Jordan versus Cleveland. This is single coverage. Seal Sophie Cunningham, get the ball in your hand. Kurt Miller is irate, and I would be too. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. Again, it's basketball. We all have lapses. But again, see ball, see man. Don't let once the ball switches the side of the court, that's when we have to be super aware. We have to be hyper aware. We should know where our matchup is, especially if the ball switches the side of the court. But it's basketball. I get it. Everyone has lapses. Now, again, this is just showing the dilemma that Kurt Miller finds himself in trying to determine the two guard for their team. Here he's irate with with Kia Nurse. Obviously he wants a better shot, so he's like, Zia, go get her. And in comes Zia Cooke, and down sits Kia Nurse. I'd say this is where things get a little advanced. But again, this is what we're going to be dealing with when we get that starting spot anyway, right? We're going to be going up against the Jewel Lloyds, the Jackie Youngs, the Kalia Coppers, the Kayla McBrides of the world. So this is where things get advanced. But again, it's just 1v1 defense. Takes a little discipline, takes a little effort, takes a little composure. Okay, so we got the switch here with the Phoenix Suns trying to run the slip screen again. Spark switch this. Zia gets shifted. Most players here will start to panic. Oh my goodness, I just got shifted. They're going to cook me. I'm going to end up on ESPN. No, the mindset you should have here is 94 feet defense. When you're playing defense 94 feet, most of the time, the defender will get shifted. But what the defender does is reposition, hit flips, tries to beat that offensive player to the next spot, right? Zia gets shifted here, turns, hit flips, and tries to cut off Kalia Copper. That's not going to work because Kalia Copper already has her momentum. So by trying to cut off the ball handler, all you've done is given Kalia Copper free contact, keeps her momentum, gets the finish. So basically, this is what I call a little self-destruct action, okay? So we're coming up high here, we're catching the ball off. We kind of got forced a little too high. Now, even though we have our dribble live, we still want to stay patient on the screen because one thing we don't want to do is allow our big to pick up a moving screen foul just because we didn't wait for the screen yet. So we want to slow down physically this time just a little bit, just so our big has the opportunity to set the screen. We go into the lane. Now Zia has to make up her mind. What am I going to do 1v1 with BG in drop coverage? Am I going to take her to the hoop? Am I going to pop a nice little mid-range? Whatever. What Zia does here is escape dribble, which allows Sophie Cunningham to get back into the play and contest the shot. What Zia needs to do here is once she comes off the screen, if we're going to try and if we want to buy time to try and process what move we want to go to or what offensive option we want to select, we have to make sure that we cut off our primary defender off of the screen. So our escape dribble can't be horizontal. It has to be vertical. That way Sophie Cunningham can't get back into the play, and you now have the numbers advantage against BG since Lee Yuru will be rolling. So here we run the switch. Aaron McDonald sets a pretty good screen. Suggs was on her anyway. There's a mismatch in the paint. Lee Yuru has T Cloud on her. Sophie Cunningham is guarding you. Sophie Cunningham can't hang with you. Most players can't hang with you. You're faster than them. But this just takes a little bit of patience here. Again, we're picking up the ball a little bit too early. There's no reason why we should be picking up the ball 12 feet away from the basket, especially when the lane is wide open and no one is stunting at you. Look, wing side help defense isn't there. Diana Taurasi is 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out of the paint. There's no reason to pick up the ball here, especially when we have the mismatch down low. So if anything, if we do pick up the ball in the paint, we have the dump off to Yuru ready. We're just looking at the simple things here. There's no reason to be guarding Tasha Cloud at half court. Shot clock is off. Game clock at 15. This is the last shot of the quarter. There's no reason to be guarding T Cloud at half court. But we guard her at half court. They run a double screen. Yuru is now on T Cloud. T Cloud's hot. Harden step back. Gets the shot to go. Now, let me get into some of the things that I like to see Zia Cooke do. And really, it's just a reflection on the Los Angeles Sparks because I believe the Sparks can be one of the best defensive teams because when they all lock in, when they're all aware, when they're all moving, when the IQ is up, they can really be one of the best defensive teams. I'm not sure about offense, but they really can be one of the best defensive teams, and it really does start with the guards. So check this play out here. Zia Cooke fights through the screen, basically guards two right there. Ball swings. Talbot fights over the screen. Great stunt help by Kia Nurse. Good stunt and recover. Watch as Zia Cooke forces the cut down and away, doesn't get face cut. Ball skips over to DT. DT puts up a shot. Bad shot. Last thing you needed was the rebound. But that's just beautiful defense. And that's the defense the Sparks should have all game. Here Zia catches the ball high, stays patient, walks the ball down. Good screen by Yuru. BG is in drop coverage. It's just a nice little mid-range pull-up. T-Cloud is too late to contest that. Here again, on the wing, we wait for the screen a little bit, and we just set up a nice little dump-off pass to Azare Stevens, who does need to finish that. But again, it's nothing major. Everything's simple. Simple defense right here. Stay in front of the player, show your hands, slide your feet, contest the shot. That's all you can ask for. Now here we're coming off a curl screen. Watch how she keeps it tight all the way to the hoop. Left hand layup. You're not faster than me. Great stuff. And here comes Zia initiating the offense. They do not get a bucket out of this, but Derica Hamby is freed up because of Zia Cooke's drive and kick to Talbot. So Derica definitely needs to shoot that, but all of that was created because of Zia Cooke. Now check out Zia on defense again, slides through, fights over the screen. Great stunt and help by Talbot and Rakea Jackson. Everyone's playing good defense. Everyone's seeing ball, seeing man. Ball goes into BG. Good contest by Derica Hamby. Good rebound. Now again, Zia catches the ball high, waits for the screen, kicks, but resets. Great flare screen by Derica Hamby and Zia for the shot. Misses, but great